What's up guys, how you all doing? Cosmic Carry here, bringing you another World of Tanks video. If you're new here, please subscribe. I am a regular uploader and I will give you one video every single day without fail. If you're a regular here, if you're a subscriber already, please remember to like the video at the end. How you all doing? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's good, everybody's well, and we are doing another video on my quest for the Walter Radley's medal. Yes indeed, I believe this is episode 3, maybe 4, and I decided to change things up a little bit, and I was kind of beating the E100 into oblivion, overusing it, so I decided to go back and use a few other tanks. Of course, I've been posting videos on my E75, and lo and behold, today I am in my Target 2 on Prokhorovka, and I do remarkably well in this game. I do remarkably well, and I think it's it's kind of, I got a little bit philosophical, you know, with these games. The game straight after this is the game that I played immediately after this one, and because I did so well in this actual game, pardon me, I decided to go ahead and name this tank, and I've given this tank the brand new name of Lottie, or Lottie. It's Lottie. And yeah, so my Tiger 2 from now on will be known as Lottie, and female name, of course, because it's a German tank, of course. And as you can see, I'm in my Tiger 2. Tiger 2 is a tier 8 tank, and I'm in a tier 8 game. And the reason why I do so well in this game, in my personal opinion, look at this, kill steal. You know, so unfair. So unfair. The reason why I do so well in this game, in my personal opinion, is first of all, let's talk about the tank, the Tiger 2. Pretty good damage per shell. Not bad, not fantastic, but you know, you're in a tier 8 tank. It's a German tank, you know, they perform well, you know, they do. Reload time really good, you know. I'm not going to get, you know, into the exact particulars, you know, seconds and this and that, but I was scratching my head afterwards and just thinking, why did I do so well? Enemies, the bad guys, you know, the guys that I take out, they're tier 8 players, you know. Are they like me, you know, tier 10 experienced players playing in a tier 8 tank? Probably not, you know. Most probably they're tier 8 players, you know, tier 6, tier 5, grinding out their tanks, you know. So there's experience in there, you know, you have to factor that in, you know. And you know, lack of knowledge kind of thing was pretty much the same thing, really. And what else? And the fact that I, you know, have a big humongous advantage over these players, you know, not massive advantage, but I am, you know, a tier 10 player. I'm not necessarily a tier 10 player, but I do have experience in playing tier 10 games where it's a bit more advanced when it comes to tactics, when it comes to strategies, you know, your responses, you know, map knowledge, etc. So if you combine all these factors together, you know, it makes for a great game. it makes for a very worthy candidate, the Tiger 2 Lottie, to achieve that Walter Radley's medal. You know, it really does. And I was kind of, when I started on the quest for the Walter Radley medal, I thought, look at this is Walter Radley mode. See, I'm evaluating my targets. I want to get the kill, I don't want to do damage. See, and I thought to myself, I might have bitten off more than I can chew. I might have backed myself into a corner, because it is tough as hell for, you know, in an E100 to get the Walter Radley's medal. I mean, there's such look at this. it's a fail because of a bump in the road. That bump in the road won't let me put a shot on target. And it's these little moments that make all the difference, because right now I'm like 2 shots behind. I could be 2 shots ahead. I could have gotten the kill already. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, I thought maybe you've bitten off more than you can chew. Saying to you, because initially I was, look, watch this. I'm sorry. Look at that shot. Woo! And very excited here because I got 6 kills. But yeah, I thought, because initially I said to myself, I'm going to try and get the Walter Radley's medal, on Prokhorovka in my E100. I think that's almost impossible. I'm sure there's people out there who've done it, but it's a bit like, lining up the planets kind of perfectly. It happens once in a blue moon, because the E100, it is mobile, but it's not that mobile. There's plenty of other tanks that can outmaneuver you, and the reload speed is, is just the one is the Achilles heel of the E100. Well, one of them anyway. Of course, that low plate. But as far as performance is concerned, look at that, 1 bounce away from 7 kills. But as far as performance is concerned, that reload time, there's a kill right in front of you, but you can't make that kill because you're waiting for your gun to reload. And it's a bit like you need to, in order to get that medal in the E100, all 8 kills need to be, you need to be pulling around that corner. Oh look, he's only got 100 health. I've got a shell loaded. I take the kill. It happens, then it happens again, and it happens again, and happens. It's like, all the planets need to be perfectly aligned. And so I started Googling, YouTubing, footage of people doing the Walter Radley's Radley Walters medal, and indeed I'm kind of correct in this. A majority of the games are actually, tier 6, 7, 8, definitely far less, tier 9 and 10, but I'm very philosophical about this. I'm very philosophical. And so this is I've just renamed my tank. I've renamed her Lottie, and I'm rolling out. This is my 2nd game, and I'm really pumped about the previous game. And again, I do really well, and again, it's because of the factors that I mentioned before, but the funny thing happens here. In the first 2 minutes of the game, I do terrible. 2-3 minutes. Take a look at this. Okay, that could have hit, but it didn't hit. But for the next 2-3 minutes, I do not take a shot. Because I'm let down by the gun depression on the Tiger 2, and I don't notice that the Tiger 2 initially has bad gun depression, and because I haven't played in my Tiger 2, for yonks. I pick it up once in a while, but I don't seriously play in it. Not since I was grinding it out. I grinded out the Tiger 2, the Panther. And once I hit the E75, I don't grind my tanks anymore. I use other tanks, to get those sweet ass packages, etc, etc. But I did grind out the Tiger 2, and I was driving around in my tank here, and I'm trying to get a bead on, the bad guys, and I can't. I simply can't. My gun depression just fails me, and I cannot get, I'm not successful in aiming and putting, shots on target, and I'm kind of changing things up. As you can see, I'm moving up here, and I'm thinking maybe I can side scrape, maybe I'll be affected that way. But at the same time, I'm like, well, what's wrong with this tank? I don't understand. What's wrong with this tank? Why Why won't my gun go down? Is it a package? Is it this? Is it that? It's not. It's the Tiger 2 has terrible gun depression, as you can see. You know, it hardly has any gun depression. I do manage to get something there, but you know, nothing happens. And later on, I looked at the stats for this for the Tiger 2, and you know how many games I've played, and I've played a buttload of games in this tank. Second most played tank. I've almost 200. First being the 100, of course. But I was kind of scratching my head, and asking myself, so how come how come you don't know about the gun depression, how pathetic and how terrible it is if you've played in this tank, you know, so many times, you know? And the reason is because when I was grinding this tank out, I did, you know, for a month or two, I didn't know any better. You know, I was a noob. You know, I really didn't know any better. And gun depression, I must be, you know, I dealt with the deck that I was dealt, you know, with the cards that I was dealt, and it was simple as that. And I just adapted, and I overcame, and I accepted it, you know, for what it was, you know. And it kind of just goes to show you, you know, it's like I said before, you don't know anything, you know. You really don't know anything about anything. you know, finally, as you can see in the game here, I decide to scoot round and position myself where my gun can be more effective, where I don't have to look downhill, you know. And it's a smart move. It pays off straight away. I'll start getting results, you know. But yeah, so I did 150, 180 matches in this tank, and you know, I did know it, but I didn't know it, you know. And you think you know World of Tanks, but you don't know World of Tanks unless you've played every single tank, you know, to death, and so you can compare them all. You know, you really don't know anything. And I don't actually look on this as a negative. I look on this as a positive, you know, because I say to myself, nice kill, go on. I say to myself, there is so much depth to this game, you know. That's why I love this game. There's so many new things to discover, and you know, with like any other game, you know, a month in, you've kind of sussed out the game, you know, there's nothing new, you know, and you're bored of it. And with this game, I play it once in a while too often, but that's about it. That's the only negative thing about it, and that's not even a negative thing for the game. That's me being a dumbass. So, you know, you shouldn't play the game too often, otherwise, you know, it becomes stale and cliche and you get sick of it, you know. But yeah, there's so much very, very philosophical this morning. There's so much depth to this game, you know. There's so many new tanks to discover. You know, somebody asking me about which tanks should I go for, American heavies or German heavies. I haven't got a clue. I don't know nothing whatsoever about, you know, the American heavies, and I can't wait to find out about the American heavies, you know. And even when this game gets stale and boring, hopefully, look at that Audi. Those craters. Hopefully they'll come out with. Speak of the devil. Sorry. Hopefully they will come out with World of Tanks on the Xbox One. You know, so I'm gonna be doing this for quite a while. I think I'm 60 videos in already. 60, 70. I'm not sure. But anyway, so there you go. That's my 2 cents. That's me getting very philosophical about the Radley Walters medal, about World of Tanks in general, and about the Tiger 2, etc., etc. There you go. I said this, etc., etc. But see, when I'm passionate about something, you know, I don't stutter. But anyhow, hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's well. Yeah, see, some filler for you. See, some filler. I gotta, you know, put in some filler there. Let's commentate about the game. And look at this. I believe this is yeah, kill number 6, just like in the last game. You know, and with this Tiger 2, you know, the planets don't have to line up perfectly. You know, this is a very good candidate for the Radley Walters medal. Look at this, high noon. Who's gonna draw first? Who's gonna draw first? Who's gonna draw first? Who's gonna draw first? Bingo, kill number 6. Good to go. Let's take a look at those stats. I'm out of breath. Top Gun, second time. Good to go. Very happy with that. Arnie Lennon. Very good. Second place. Very happy with that. Please like the video. Adios, muchachos.